Hello everyone, welcome to my channel ASP.NET Core, and today I'm going to show you then start a new project actually. That is the bookstore project, or you can say the e-commerce project. So just give the name is e-commerce project for the book selling. So that project is actually built on without entity framework and the entity framework and entity framework core, sorry. So the name of the project is e-commerce. Okay, so now you can see in this project I will use a SQL connection classes and in a without entity framework core, and if you want to work with the entity framework core, then I will discuss in later video session. So that project is actually created in Visual Studio 2022 preview version, .NET 6.0 preview. Okay, so lots of user to learn about the e-commerce project without entity framework, and who familiar with the SQL connection classes. So just see this video is most important for them. Okay, so so this is the default demonstration of model view controller classes, and you can see the output of the classes and output of the pattern. That is the default pattern will see on your browser, that is welcome and ecom navigation bar display on the screen. So the first thing you can do in the project, that is model classes. So the first model classes you can create in your model folder, that is the bookstore. Okay, so just name of the class is bookstore. Okay, and public class bookstore, public integer id, that is the bookstore id, and the next property is a name property. Okay, and the id property is required and the name property is also required. So just mentioned it, required. Okay, so using system.component component model.data annotations namespace is used, 200 zooming section. So that class is created, and after that you can create a new class, that is the book class, and after that a book author. So in the book class you have seen lots of properties like the public int id, that is the book id, and book is actually store lots of books. So just type the name, change the data type of the id property, that is the string type, and the next property is public string name, and next property is string description about the book. Okay, and the next property is belong to the string ISBN number, and the next property is a decimal point and the price of the book. So these are the default property you can see on the book page, on the book cover you can say. So picture of the books also mentioned, so string picture URL mentioned in the class picture URI, and also the author name will display on the book cover. So you can see the book author ID. Okay, so actually book author ID is mentioned, so just you can see that display the author name by using this author ID. So map that class with the author class. So just the next thing you can create in the project, that is the author class. So book author is the next class we will like create in this project. Okay, and the property name is book author, the similar with the class name. There is no okay issue with the project. And the next property is book store property. Store ID is also mentioned, and that book is actually which store hold that books. Okay, integer and the bookstore ID. Okay, that's fine. Now the next property is bookstore and the bookstore. Okay, so guys, ready for prepare for the next class, that is book author class and book author. And the author, we have the ID property and the name property. There is the two properties enough for the book author class, ID and the name. Okay, the book author created easily. I collection, a book author have multiple books, you can say. So just book and books. Okay, and you can see bookstore and just bookstore, open it, and you can create a new property, that is I collection. A bookstore have multiple books, you can say. So public I collection bookstore, sorry, books. Okay, the next class is category class, because books is actually divided in the lots of categories. So category class, and also you can see in the ID and the category ID and the category name of the books. So just type the two properties. You can see that a book have multiple categories and the category have multiple books. So there is a many to many mapping between the books and the categories. So you can create a middle class between the books and the category, that is the book category. Okay, so book category ID is there, and the two more property between the books and category, that is the book ID and the category ID. So integer book ID and integer category ID. Actually books ID is mentioned in the string property, so just change it. You can see the books have with the string ID property, so in the book ID we have a string. Okay, and mention the two classes for the mapping, prop book and the book, and the next one is category, so category. So thank you guys for watching this video, and keep watching all other videos which is related to ASP.NET Core, and please subscribe my channel if you want, if you like this video, and watching more other videos which is related to ASP.NET Core and MAUI also. In the later videos I will provide the better video tutorials on MAUI. Okay, so the books property, in the book class we have also mentioned the collection property. A book have multiple categories also, so I collection book category, and that book category categories. Okay, a book have multiple book categories, you can say. So just copy that thing and paste in the category section. Okay, so that is the model for essentials programming, and after that we can create author profile, And for the author profile, must to add identity if you want to work with the entity framework core. So just open that identity, you can say add. So identity add, that is the similar thing you can do in your all videos. Okay, so category ID and so there is the scaffolding of an identities. All these files are necessary if you want to work with the e-commerce type projects, then there is a all needed. So add data context class. Okay, and if you want to work with the SQLite, then you can use and check the checkboxes, otherwise skip it and leave and just click on the add button in the add identity context menu, and you will see that area folder will added in your e-commerce project and your current studying project. Okay guys, so wait for the next video to watch with the e-commerce type projects. Thank you guys for watching this video, and keep watching all other videos which is related to ASP.NET Core. Thank you very much.